Welcome back. We've done quite a bit of coding without actually doing much in terms of sessions. But in order to use sessions, you need something to protect, right? If we go back to our backend, we see that we have our sign in, register, profile ID, image URL endpoints. And up until now, we don't really do anything to a user's profile. But we want to be able to update a user's profile. We want to do a app.post request to profile ID. And we're going to implement that. And we're going to have to implement that using sessions and our JWT token so that not anybody can access this information right now. Because right now, nothing's protected on this endpoint. If I go to my browser and do localhost 3000, and let's do profile 1, which is our seed data we've created in our Docker Compose. Yeah, I have access to the information that is our dummy user, A. Now, that's pretty dangerous. We don't want that. And especially if we have the post request open as well, we don't want people modifying user profiles. So we're going to finish up here as we sign into our app. We're going to make sure that we create a view profile experience here that allows us to modify the name, the age, the pet, and actually have us save this information. But first, let's do a few things here. Let's make sure that the profile that we have here is actually dynamic. Right now, I'm just entering some static data and static information. And we ideally want to get the user information. Now, luckily for us, on the sign-in component, when we do the handle sign-in, we can go to controllers, sign in. We see that when we handle sign-in, we actually return the user object. We return all the information that we have from the database in the users table. And for now, the users table is all we need. So if we go back to our app.js and we look at the users state, we can add here, let's say, the pet state and the age state that we've added in our profile fields. Again, if I go to view profile, I see age and pet. And I'm just going to leave these blank for now. But we do have a user object that gets filled when we sign in. You see the load user method that we use? After the sign-in happens, we load the user. So let's actually use this data and add it to our profile. We can simply just scroll down. And within our state, also pass down the user state. And we'll pass that down to profile right over here. Let me add this on a new line just so it looks better and you can see. And I'll just say that the user prop also receives the user. We go to our profile.js, and now we have access to our user. All right, now that we're here, let's actually change this so that our H1 will load up the user.name, and our images submitted will, well, let's make it into a template strings. That is, in JavaScript, if you hit the key above your tab, there's special syntax over here with ES6 that we got. That is a template string where we can add values by using the $sign and then curly brackets. Whoops. And in here, we'll just say that it's user.entries, which keeps track of images submitted by the user. And for member since, again, we'll use template strings. And in here, we'll use the user.joined to display the date. But we're going to get some date that is generated by the database that doesn't look good. So a nice little trick here is to use the new date object in JavaScript, and then use the method to locale date string. That's going to make everything nice and pretty for us. Let's save. And also we want to make sure that the placeholder isn't just John, because we might have different users. We can just have here the user.name for the placeholder. And same thing for the age. We can do user.age. And then user.pet for the form. Let's save. Go back. Have to sign in again. View profile. All right. Looks like we have member since. Ooh, A has been a member for a long time. We have images submitted, 6. All right. So we have some things, but this is static. Right now, I'm just getting the user information. Once I sign in, it just returns our endpoint, our Express app, returns information that is entries, member since. We have name and everything. But if I change things here, if I change my age to 56, pet to, let's go with bird that is misspelled, and I click save, well, nothing happens because this button doesn't do anything. We want to have the ability to update our profile. We want to click save and send a post data or a post request to our backend over here and have some handle profile update function. And we're going to do just that in the next video. I'll see you in that one. Bye-bye.